Hidden in the rock's quiet geometry are marks that refuse the logic of simple erosion.
Light reveals what time has tried to bury. Every groove is a fingerprint left by deliberate hands.
The stone remembers pressure, rhythm, and touch.
Someone walked these halls long before our maps existed. Precision recorded in abrasion, skill older than assumed. Where forgotten worlds rest in silence, we awaken their stories.
Ritual materials, preserved like fossils of ceremony. Paint survived beneath stone, carrying stories in color.
Materials migrate through time, sometimes ahead of what we expect.
Architecture repeated cosmic patterns, as if echoing the sky.
Maps encoded in groundwork, directions older than cartography.
Water moved through this place by intention, not accident.
Pottery speaks of craft networks and journeys across impossible distances.
Sound and stone were tuned together here. The builders integrated geology into design.
Mechanical intent carved into rock, a machine fossilized by time.
Optical knowledge smuggled into prehistory.
Time was measured beneath the earth with mathematical insistence.
Objects placed to resonate, an inventory of precision.
Trade routes drawn in pigment, threads connecting dispersed worlds. Records kept in stone, not ink, time told in marks and measures. Agricultural memory locked in desiccated biology.
Sediment archives human rhythms if we know how to read them. Small tools, great intent. Metallurgy appears as a lineage interrupted by silence.
Engineering to manage scarcity, water domesticated underground.
Sightlines planned across scale, connecting earth to sky. Stories of movement across water. Arrivals that predate recorded journeys. Counting systems encoded in stone. Civilization's ledger. Generations rebuilt, not once, but time and again. Offerings preserved in crystalline time. Landscape depicted as network. Human geography etched in pigment.
Pathways repeated by ritual or labor across generations.
Poetry in stone. Messages intended for those who could read the small. Sound served as architecture, an auditory map under the earth.
Food prepared with techniques that suggest knowledge and ritual.
Agriculture adapted to canyon microclimates. Domestication under stone.
Cleanliness bound to belief. Ritual flowing through engineered channels.
Systems of record that do not rely on ink. Memory in fiber.
Ceremonial optics created a calendar of ritual days.
Color produced with laboratory-like care. Symbolic palettes preserved. Proto-electrical thinking. Wiring in stone that shorts time. Music and measure tied to structure. Sound stamped into architecture. Instruments carried motif and memory across journeys.
Threads speak continents when traced under the lens.
Calendars made tangible. Lunar math in stone.
Sound engineering used for ritual or function.
Archives stored like sediment. Time held in thin sheets.
Mineral stores used as resources and symbols. Passive climate control engineered deep in rock. Ritual smoke sealed into stone, preserved like a hymn. Patterns familiar to modern math found in ancient hands. Chemical knowledge stored in ceremonial vessels. Movement and memory recorded by those who recorded themselves. Resonant design used to align sound and space.
Testing engineering solutions at scale. Laboratories beneath the earth.
Communication encoded in color. Information woven into apparel.
Temporal devices carved of stone kept ritual schedules precise. Astronomy rendered in stone grooves.
Olfactory rituals used memory and chemistry together. Timekeeping measured with patient hands.
Structural care built in to save floor art.
They read the Earth's archive and wrote it into their spaces.
Measures standardized a world of craft and trade.
Natural chemistry harnessed for symbolic and practical ends.
Agricultural calendars recorded in micromarks guided survival.
Light routed like data, messages revealed only when aligned.
Maritime knowledge encoded on stone, told when to travel.
Knowledge accessible through touch, multi-sensory archives preserved.
Gesture as law. Movements remembered in stone.
Preservation methods marrying chemistry and architecture. Light as language, a cipher written in refraction.
Everyday genius left in the smallest utensils.
Repair recorded, devotion written in stone. jewelry tied to the heavens, portable cosmos for those who wore them. Invisible inks preserved messages only visible to chosen eyes. Floors tuned to footsteps, sound as code. Movement choreographed by landscape, recorded like a dance.
Identity encoded in color. Ancestry read at a glance.
Time tabulated in plates. Years nested like rings. A mark of belonging, repeated until it became identity.
Architecture made instrument, space that sings when wind passes.
Succession tallied in small marks. Leadership counted in patience.
Chemistry used to write messages only seen when activated.
Accounting practiced with stones. Trade recorded by touch.
Security designed in miniature. A bureaucracy of secrecy.
Myths preserved in minute script. Stories that survived because they were hidden. Succession tallied in small marks. Leadership counted in patience.
Catalogs that organize knowledge, craft archived by type. Whatever built this place left signatures small enough to be missed.
Mechanism and myth braided together in silent motion. Hidden points of light used as markers for initiation and memory.
Dense, compressed knowledge. Read only by those who preserved the lens.
A breadcrumb across continents, evidence of movement in the smallest traces. Accuracy in the smallest tool, precision scaled to the smallest measure.
The past never truly sleeps.